What's up, guys? It's CCG Husky. I'm here with CCG Panda and Lobsterback 007. We're going to be commentating my Domination game on Tremor. Really talking about the Slayer role on a team and what you need to do if you're going to illicitly go for kills.
Exactly.
Domination.
You pick a Remington here on this Tremor.
And that's typical. If you want to be able... If you're going to be a guy that's shooting long distance into spawns and to put some space in between, not necessarily rushing in with a sub or something and going for objectives, you don't necessarily need the pace you get with the sub machine gun. And I'd honestly, personally, rather have the firepower of the AR.
Remington is a very good mid-range to long-range gun. And as the Slayer role, or maybe even an anchor role, anything to do with spawn kills, distance like this, and anywhere. I mean, you did get killed there, but like that is perfect for this Remington. And like submachine guns, as we say, is a completely different role for your team. And you need certain characteristics as like a player for certain guns. I mean, that's just what. That's how Call of Duty works. So this Remington is very good on this map. He starts out 2 and 3, but he picks it up here. I mean, it's just sometimes when you get into a game, you just gotta get into it. And he starts off basically with this drop shot, gets a little lucky there, and he's gonna move on here.
Right. So basically, the idea for spawn kills is you need to predict where they're going to go and where they're going to go from. As far as if they were spawning at a couple times right off the rip there, I went from C and cut through alley to that center courtyard to try and catch them running C to B if we were pushing B, and trying to just get the cutouts and making sure that they don't even get there. Because if they just waste 10 seconds of their game walking to the courtyard where I slay them out from a cutout, that's taking them out of a position to cap an objective for my team.
Exactly.
Whether or not it works out in this game is a totally different story based on your teammates' objective play. But as far as specifically a Slayer role, that is what you need to be looking for, is to be able to control, to have map presence, and just make sure that they don't get a handle over the map, because then they're just going to roll you over.
And if you notice there, that was some good play, because they were taking C, we were losing A, and he saw an opportunity to take B, because no one's going to be at B, because their entire team is pushing C and A. I mean, we did lose those both objectives, but if you're going to lose 2 objectives, you need to cap at least 1, and to avoid being trip cap, he made a smart move there, and he went ahead and took B. That's a good. I mean, usually you can anchor with that, but being a Slayer, like he just did there, he kind of hopped on A to try and get people to go towards it, and he knows that they're gonna go, because as soon as that happens, you hear losing A. So some people are gonna run over there, and so that's very smart play, because he can just pick them off one by one, especially with this Remington. And so now he's looking because he's looking for C and B spawns, because that they're going to be running there, they're going to be going for it. So he sees B, so they're kind of camping B, and he's going to try and pick them all off. And let's talk about kill streaks, because he picks up a Battle Hind here. And what he's running right now is a Dog, Battle Hind, and Helo Pilot. Now, if you want to get a KEM, this is one of the best strategies to use to get this KEM.
Exactly.
Like he just did here, he just picked up 2 kills after he's got his he just picked up his helo after he got a couple kills with the chopper.
And sorry, I'm gonna interrupt here, but that was a terrible place to call in your helo pilot, because if you notice here, I don't even think it's a minute, he dies just because they spawn by him.
Yeah. And
yes, right. So with A being theirs, do you see how all of them are now, and this is a great way to look at the cutouts here, all of them are just flowing from A to C. So if you could possibly come around, the right side of C from this angle, go through courtyard to hit that cutout, you know, that's a quad feed right there of just guys that aren't even looking in that direction, and that you're able to take out of the playing field from there. But you know, this helo pilot. Oh my goodness! All the way back from memories from the chopper gunner in MW2, where it was basically, you know, a shoe-in. If you had the chopper gunner, you were getting a nuke, as long as you just held the trigger down and spun in a circle.
And it really depended on the map, and it depended on... But, I mean, it's so much easier than in this game. It's just, you do have to control it, and the chopper gunner, it would basically lock on to your opponents, and you just have to shoot them.
Some great teamwork right there, by the way.
Yeah, just trying to go up the ladder and his teammate's standing there. You know, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but, you know, that's good old Call of Duty teammates, you know, always terrible. He runs into a maniac there, which, you know, thinking about the maniac, I like that kill streak. It maybe a bit too high because it's, you know, 10 kills, but
might be a little overpriced, so to speak.
Yeah, because you can die very easily, but if you're looking to rush, like, watch this, like, he's running at him at a distance and he dies instantly. Like, you can't.
Right.
It depends on what map you have and how close quarters it is. On this map, it was pretty good. Like you just saw there, he just got 2 kills on him, back to back. But yeah.
The thing about that kill streak is the way I like to run my kill streaks is it's got to be a constant stair-stepping method that doesn't end. And what a maniac does is it caps that, because you're a maniac until you die. As far as my helo pilot and my attack helicopter, all those I'm alive for, and I'm on the ground somewhere. And it's possible for me to come out of my helo pilot, you know, 2 or 3 kills away from a KEM, and, you know, to be right there and not to have to give up a life to use the kill streak, essentially.
Exactly.
That's a really big deal for me.
And if you do notice about all his kill streaks, apart from the helo pilot, he's kind of on the run. Like, he's got the dog, he just clicks it and it's there. You know, it's not like he has to go into anything until you get into the big kill streaks, but he's got a dog and he's got a chopper, and you can literally just, like right here, kill them, put it on, and then just keep walking. You know, you don't have to, you're very mobile with these kill streaks. You know, I use that a lot. It's a very safe, and it's very good for the Slayer role as a...
And you have to be, rotation is such a big deal in Call of Duty.
Domination especially.
Specifically Domination, because, you know, if you're not paying attention to spawns, or some of your teammates over-rotate, and by that I mean they cross over into the enemy spawn and they're looking too far into it, and the game is saying, okay, well, we shouldn't spawn them in the crosshairs, even though it does sometimes, and anyone that plays Ghost know that. That the map will quickly change for you, and your base will now suddenly be their base, and their base will be your base. So if you're sitting back there looking at your little red smoke when that over-rotation happens, I've seen many times where Maniac gets stolen and, you know, stuff like that, and it's just too much work and too much game time to get to that point to not be able to use it for your team.
Exactly. And he picks up a double helo pilot here. And it's funny because after this game we realized that he was only 2 away from the KEM, but, you know, the game ended. So unfortunately he couldn't get the KEM, but this is obviously the foolproof way to get one. If you're struggling to get a KEM, you know, unless you're just complete crap, then this is the best way to try and get one. So yeah, that's on kill streaks. That's definitely a big part. CCG Panda here's being a little quiet, hasn't really talked yet.
There's not much to say. I mean, the video speaks for itself, and you're welcome. And I wasn't a big presence on this map because I got booted, so I figured I wouldn't talk too much.
But if you notice here, we are getting trip cap, and back onto the whole, if you want to win, you know, team methods here. You need. We were all basically in this game trying to all be Slayers, and it doesn't work like that. You need 1 Slayer, maybe 2 Slayers. Then you need people that are capping objectives, people that are anchoring spawns, etc. You need to be a team, especially in Domination, where it requires you to capture, you know, these flags.
Exactly. So, you know, basically keeping your, if you're playing in a party, playing with friends, it's great to casually go out if you want to take a little competitive edge to it. you can sort of assign some roles for you guys there, and you know, have one that's slaying for kills, a couple that are going for objectives depending on your party size, and having one that's staying on your home base objective, or A or C, in Domination, and making sure that you have that consistent spawn so that rotation doesn't happen that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. So the video's coming to an end here. You know, he's about to pick up, I think, a double kill.
Yeah, 2 more
which
kills.
is pretty impressive. But I mean, he ended up going 50 and 7. Super impressive, you know. But we do lose 195 to 132 so far.
Right.
Well, let's see. Let's talk about the KD here. 50 and 7. That's a 7. That's pretty impressive.
That's a great KD. But you know, like you said, if you're looking for wins, this is not the way to do it.
Without the other roles.
Without the other roles filled. So look, you know, I go 42 and 19. Like we're all very looking for KDs. But if you look, all the other randoms there, they're all negative and they don't have that many good captures. So it, you know, going into pubs is a lot different. So well, anyway, thank you for watching the video. More of this stuff to come out. We're back on the grind, as you could say. We're gonna do some more gameplays. Reviews, commentaries, anything like this.
Right.
We hope you guys like it. So please rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.